What is going on, everybody, and welcome on back into Farming Sim 22, where today we are going to be starting our first video in the tutorial series that I'm going to be doing for everything Farm Sim 22. Now, this series is designed to give you guys the when, the why, and the how regarding every aspect of farming. So what that means is that we are going to be giving you guys all of the information from field work, from the first thing that you should do to the last thing that you should do, as well as also animal management, forestry, and every other thing in between. We are going to cover it all from the top to the bottom in Farming Sim, so make sure you go ahead and smash the subscribe button so you never miss that crucial bit of info that will be coming out to you guys in a couple of videos each and every week. But to get us started today, we are going to be talking plowing. Now, plowing is the first thing that you should do when you get a field to make sure that the soil is in the perfect condition to actually take on the crop. Now then, you have two options when it comes to plowing. You have standard plows, and then you also have the subsoilers. Now, the difference between the two: this plow here is designed to get deeper into the ground and turn over more soil, which means that you will also need to buy a secondary cultivator to break up the soil once the plow is finished. However, the bypass to that is by going with a subsoiler. Now, the subsoiler will go less depth into the ground. However, it does have the mechanism on the back here designed to break up that soil so that it is ready to go ahead and start taking on the seed for the crop to grow. Now then, once you have a plowed field, or a cultivated field as it will be before you start seeding, it will display as a cultivated field on the map, which you guys can see right here. So we have a couple of options, okay? So you can see here, you either have a cultivated field or you have a seed bed. Now, the seed bed is what you get when you go ahead and use a subsoiler, whereas a cultivated field is what you get when you use the plow and cultivate method. Both are exactly the same. Now then, you do also have the option of bypassing this completely. If you feel like this is not something that you want to do, or it's going to take too much time, all you need to do is go into the menu, go down to your game settings, which are right here, and you will see periodic plowing required. If you go ahead and turn that off, like that, you will never have to worry about plowing your field again. But say that that isn't something that you're interested in, you want the realism in the game, well then what you are going to go ahead and do is you are going to pick up your plow right here. Now, most plows weigh an absolute ton hanging off the back of your tractor, so you will need to go ahead and grab a weight to put on the front, which you can also do by going into the shop, and you will see here that there are some weights. So basically, you want to try and balance out the weight on either end to make sure that your tractor is still well grounded. However, for the purposes of this video, I do think that this tractor here should be okay to take the weight of this plow, and we can go ahead and make our way over to the field. There are many different shapes and sizes of plow, from 1 harrow right the way up to 8 harrow that I have seen. The harrow is, by the way, this bit of metal on the back there. However, many of these little curved pieces also, for example, this one here would be a 5 harrow plow. I do think that it is harrow. Let me just go ahead and quickly check. Well, I did go ahead and have a look, and I couldn't see anything that told me it wasn't harrow, so we're going to go with that. This will be a 5 harrow plow. Now, what you want to do, okay, is you want to make sure that your plow is always pointing towards the middle of the field. So what you want to do is you want to get your tractor lined up here like so, and now you will see that our plow is hanging over the side of the field. So what we can go ahead and do is we can actually rotate the plow by using the letter B. You will see that the plow will now go ahead, rotate on round, and it will be ready to start field working. Just like that. So there you go. That is the way that you get the plow rotated on round. You want to have it lined up with the edge of the field, and then you go ahead and you hit V, and it will start to plow into the ground. Now, there is often a horsepower requirement, so do take care that your tractor has enough horsepower to take on the plow that you want to buy. But then once you start working, you can see here that the crop is being destroyed that was grown here, and now the soil is being left quite rough and ready to go. So I could go ahead and do this entire field here. However, I won't do that. For time purposes, I will go ahead and just give you guys a demonstration. And then once we get to the end here, we'll go ahead, turn around and come back. And then you will have been able to see how the plow functions. So again, here you see we get to the end of the field. We make sure that all of these harrows are done. We go ahead and lift the plow up. We will turn ourselves around so that we are ready to go back the way that we just came. And obviously now the plow itself is facing towards the outside of the field. So once again, we will go ahead, hit the B key. That will rotate it on round. And then once that is done, we can go ahead, come up to the start of the field, lower it on down, and we are once again ready to go. So this is pretty much the same for every field. There shouldn't be any reason why you have to do a different method of plowing. There are a couple of things that you can do. Some people I know, for example, like to do the same as you should do with a combine harvester, which is do a headland row or two. However, I find that going up and down in the field the conventional way works just as fine. And then when you get to the end here, you are good to go ahead. We could, like I say, turn around and carry on. But instead, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to leave this one here. I'm going to go ahead and pick up our subsoiler, and I'm going to show you guys what the difference is. Okay, so we have now gone ahead and we have grabbed our subsoiler, and we're going to take it back over to the same field that we were just at so I can show you the differences and the similarities between the plow. So let's go ahead and do that. And now as we go ahead and pull up here next to the plow, we will just go ahead and drop down the subsoiler. And again, we will just take it into the middle of the field here. And you can see here the difference between the texture in the crop. So like I say, the subsoiler does also do the job of the cultivator as well. So this one you could seed directly into. This one here you cannot unless your seeder supports that, of course. So as you can see here, much finer, much more rough and churned up. But that is literally the only difference. So again, this should be the first thing that you do. Forget about fertilizing, forget about lime, forget about seeds. This should be the first thing that you do when you get hold of a field to make sure that it is in the perfect condition for going ahead and planting your crop. Now, like I say, again, you can always turn it off if you don't want to. And you can see here, if we go over this bit, it will do the job of the fertilizer. And you can see as we cover over the plow area here, it will actually go ahead and cultivate it down into a seed bed, ready to go ahead and have some seeds planted into it. So this was just a very quick video, and that's what these videos are meant to be. They are meant to be quick, they are meant to be informative, and they are meant to be direct. Hopefully this solves your questions about what plowing is for, when you should do it, and why you should do it. And I will catch you guys in the next tutorial video. If you have liked this one, please do go ahead and like the video, and also subscribe if you would like to come back and see more content like this. But until next time, once again, thank you for watching. Enjoy the farming out there. Peace.